Welcome back to our commentary series. We're diving into more of Ajmal's writing from his blog.
The Border of a Mind.
Right, The Border of a Mind, which...
theborderofamind.com.
Yes, theborderofamind.com, if you want to check that out.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it's a great blog. And today, we're going to be looking at his post titled, Small Steps, Big Changes, which is...
Oh, this is a good one.
Yeah. Have you read this one?
I have, yeah. It's interesting how he...
It really is. It's about, like, the idea that big changes actually start with these small
little things that you can...
Yes, like really conscious small steps.
Little steps.
Yeah. So are you ready to kind of jump into this?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm excited to see what we discover today. Ajmal always has a way of making you think about things in a different way.
He really does. He does. And I think in this post, he uses this really interesting analogy. He talks about the Japanese custom of removing shoes before entering a home.
Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah, I remember that one. Really stuck with me.
Yeah, to kind of illustrate his point.
It's such a small, simple act, right? Like taking off your shoes, but he ties it into like this bigger idea of order and intentionality. It's really fascinating.
It really is. And so I'm curious, like, how does he connect this shoe thing to the bigger picture of like creating a more organized life? What's the connection there?
Well, so he talks about this idea of like looking carefully at what's under your own feet.
Look carefully at what is under your own feet.
Yeah, which, when you first read it, it's kind of like, okay, well, that's pretty straightforward. But he's really saying, like, pay attention to the small daily actions that are shaping your life.
Oh, yeah.
And he uses the example of the shoes to say, like, think about it. In Japan, if you see neatly lined up shoes at the entryway, it often reflects a sense of order and calm within that household.
Oh, I see. And so...
Right. But then, like, a jumbled up mess of shoes might suggest, like, more chaotic energy, like, things aren't quite as organized.
Oh, wow. That is a really...
It's just an interesting way to think about it, right?
Yeah. It's such a thought-provoking connection.
Yeah.
I've never really thought of it that way before.
Yeah, and I think that's what Ajmal does so well. He takes these, like, everyday things, and he forces you to see them in a new light.
Yeah, for sure. And, I mean... what other insights does he offer about like these under our feet moments? Like what else does he kind of point to?
He really emphasizes, I think, the simplicity of it all, right? Like, he's not saying you need to overhaul your entire life to find order and peace. He's suggesting that these small, mindful actions, like taking that moment to straighten your shoes, can actually have a really profound impact. It's not just about the shoes themselves.
I see.
It's about training your mind to be more intentional.
It's like almost like a mental exercise in a way.
Exactly. Like, every time you make that small effort to line up your shoes, you're reinforcing this sense of purpose, even in a mundane task.
You're kind of setting the tone for the rest of your day almost.
Yeah. You're setting the tone, yeah. And that's what intentionality is all about, right? Like, being present in the moment.
Yeah. So intentionality is really like a key concept here, it sounds like. What does he really mean by that? Like, how does Ajmal define intentionality?
I think for him, intentionality is about bringing a conscious awareness to even the simplest actions.
Oh, I see.
It's about making a choice. Like, even in something as mundane as putting away your shoes, you're choosing to act with purpose.
Yeah.
And he believes that this awareness, if you cultivate it through these like consistent small steps, it eventually spills over into other areas of your life.
Like a ripple effect, almost.
It is a ripple effect, yeah. And that's how you start to see these like bigger changes happen.
So it's not about like these, like you said, these huge drastic shifts overnight. It's more about recognizing the power of the small things.
Absolutely. It's the little things, the under your feet moments.
Yeah.
That paved the way for a more organized and fulfilling life.
Yeah. Well, this is making me think about all sorts of like small things I could start paying more attention to in my own life. Like, I don't know, just like organizing my desk or even just being more present in conversations.
Oh, yeah.
Like really listening.
I think for me, it's really about like starting my day with intention, like something as simple as making my bed, but doing it mindfully, or taking a few minutes to meditate.
Yeah.
Those little things can really set the tone for the rest of the day.
It's like a ritual almost, right?
It is, yeah. And it doesn't have to be grand gestures. It's just about finding those small actions that resonate with you and incorporating them into your routine.
I love that. Well, for our listeners out there, if this idea of small steps, big changes really intrigues you, I highly encourage you to check out Ajmal's blog
It's a fantastic resource.
Yeah, he's got tons of thought-provoking posts, beautiful visuals. I mean, really,
Yeah, it's really inspiring stuff.
it's inspiring stuff, so check it out. And of course, stay tuned for more from our commentary series.
We'll have more deep dives into Ajmal's work coming up.
Yes, we'll be back with more
So stay tuned
soon.
here.
All right, so